Okay, shoot.
Hey everybody, and welcome back once again to Punky's Kitchen. As I promised, today I'm going to teach everybody and we're going to talk about how to use a griddle. When you are in a wheelchair or disabled or any type of things, kitchens are a little lower, you're using an electric stove, it's a little bit different from a gas. A griddle is a great thing for everybody to use. I don't care what anybody says. It's especially at 100 degrees like today, you really don't want to be near the stove. A griddle is great for making pancakes. It's great for making eggs in the nest, which I will teach you. There is another word for it, but I know it as eggs in the nest. There's a great way of making hash browns. Anything you want can be done in a griddle. I'm going to show you how to cut a pound of bacon and cut it in half instead of using an entire pound of bacon when it's a small group of people. When it's a large group of people, use as much bacon as you want. I'm not fond of adding food to any kind of plate. As I said, once again, everybody enjoyed this segment, please, and let's have some fun in our kitchen and let's start. Okay. We have a pound of maple bacon. I do like the thick sliced bacon, but the butcher's closed. What am I gonna do? Epidemics. Anyway, we are going to take our red meat board, which is for meat when you are in the kitchen, just so you know. So then what we are going to do is, after I fix it a little bit, I'm so sorry. There we go. There we go. Anyway, now we're gonna cut the bacon in half. I usually use my knife, cut it with the plastic on there, so that way it's all set. Now I do have a bacon piggy holder. I love this, it is awesome. You put your bacon in there once it's done, and it stays really, really, really fresh, which is good. So we took our knife. Now you can hold your knife however you want. Most chefs hold it like this. I hold my knife like this, and I cut downward. It's important to remember how you cut, how you do these things, and everything else, because you want to be able to do this without cutting yourself. I'm a very short person myself, as you saw could tell. So I've decided to do a segment on things being glued. Like I did promise everybody that we will be doing this. Later in another segment, probably later this week, we are going to be doing one on how to cut meat real tiny for people who have, like I said, an eating, swallowing problem or an eating disorder. So we're going to continue along with that. This week is all about working with electric stove, working with electrical things, slow cookers, and working with that. So I'm going to turn on my griddle. I turned it on to 400 because I like things to be hot by the time I'm getting ready to cook. Okay, I'm taking out the smaller piece of bacon. I'm putting the bigger piece in my piggy thing. Okay. Now, with a griddle, you can do whatever you want with it. You could even make onions and mushrooms. You could fry sausages on there, anything you want with it. It's actually a really, really good thing. Sorry about the ring light eyes and glasses. So sorry. So yeah, we could actually do that. So we are going to start doing that. So I'm going to take out my griddle. It's right here. I'm going to put my bacon over here. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Okay, now I did promise you we are going to make an egg in the nest. With a griddle, you can make pancakes, you can make French toast, you can make a whole bunch of stuff like I had said while I'm waiting for this to get hot. We are going to make French toast and an egg in the nest with this, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so while we're waiting for our griddle to get hot, make sure the plug is nowhere near anything. This is hot, so please be careful. You do not want to burn, you don't want to get your hand burning or anything to that effect. So you have to be a little bit more careful when it comes to that. So we have our bacon out. We're going to move our knife. Now I'm going to show you how to do the egg in the nest. Okay. We are going to take 2 slices of bread. Okay. We're going to put them up there. Give me a half a second. Hi everybody, sorry about that. Okay, as I was saying, sorry about that again. So, we need egg flippers, extremely important. I'm gonna put them on the side over here next to me. Now there's two types of egg flippers you could use. You could use a metal one if that's what you prefer, or you can use a plastic. When you're using the griddle, use a metal one. It's a little bit better than the plastic because it can get hot, it can melt. So you want to think of it that way. So we are going to make an egg in the nest. You're going to need a glass about this size, about that wide. Okay. I'm going to wipe it down a little bit. We are going to take our bread, just like that. You've probably seen this on Channel 5 or whatever newscast you have. Place it in the middle, just like that. Okay. Take your glass, go there with it. There, around there. Oh. You're gonna put it over there. You're gonna take your butter. I like margarine. You could use whatever you want. You could even use a Pam spray on this, which is okay. But since we're going to be doing this, and I wanted you to see how easy this is. This is a really, really easy thing to make. Honestly, I didn't realize a lot of cooking schools teach somebody how to make this. I wanted to make this when I was about 8. So, and it was kind of one of our favorites, breakfasts, things to make. So we're gonna go like that. There we go. The egg in the nest is already on here. You can butter a little bit of it so it doesn't stick if you don't want it to. Totally up to you. I don't mind putting a little extra butter on it. It makes it taste so much more better. Just like that. Excuse me. That princess with the maroons. Sorry about that, everybody. Getting back. Okay, now we have a fork. We're going to flip it over. It's going to become crunchy on one side, on both sides, really and truly. And so is the little brown bread. The brown bread acts as a dunking. So in your yolk, you can dunk it. It is delicious for people who love eggs. This is actually a really good treat. Us kids used to love it. It's one of the fast morning breakfast things you can do. And if you have kids or anybody who really and truly likes it, I would recommend it. It's a really, really good dish. And when you're it's crunchy, number one, so you don't have to worry about that. Number two, it's actually nutritious, it's healthy, and you're getting your toast and your eggs and everything else in one thing. So there we go on that. So now we're going to get an egg. Cracking it. Moving it over a little. As you can tell, I'm doing everything right here in that because it's easier to do. Okay. Now normally what I do with this, because it's hard to cook the egg around that. So what I usually do is pick it up a little, spread it around, like that. Scratch the surface a little, so that all of it can cook. Now, while this is cooking, I'm going to take some of our bacon. And I'm going to start to place it on our griddle. Here it's starting to sizzle. That means it's hot. So you want to be careful. Now all griddles have a little hole in them. Or the grease to go in. It's got like a grease trap. There's the word I was looking for. It already has a grease trap. So that's a good thing. Now we're going to take our little top off and put it in our plate. Okay. Oh, our yolky broke. Oh, damn. Okay, now we're going to take our egg in the nest, just like that. And we're going to flip it for a second. But it's depending on how the person really likes their eggs. I personally don't like a runny egg, sunny side up or anything to that effect. I personally do not like that. A lot of people do. I'm not one of them though. I will admit to it. And this is how it looks. Just like that. And then we're going to go like that. An egg in the nest, everybody. There you go. So, you can make this with any type of bread. Wheat bread, gluten-free bread, any type that you really and truly want. It's better, honestly, to use the type of bread you want to use. I highly recommend it. Now, the good thing about a griddle is, like I said, so if you have a disability, you really can't cook, you're going to be short, or anything to that effect, you're going to want to make it easy, especially in the apartments for handicapped accessible people. Everything's really low. But this is an easy way for people to learn how to cook, and it's even good for students to learn how to cook real quick for themselves and not to be afraid of catching anything on fire or burning themselves too much. Teaching them how to cook with this is a really, really good thing. A lot of people don't know how to use their griddle. A lot of people think it's okay to just do whatever on it, just for pancakes. No, it's for everything. A lot of people can cook a lot of different foods on their griddle. It's just like when you go to a carnival or a fair and you see the sausage guy outside with his sauce, with like a flat pot like this. Excuse me, and they're cooking. Same exact concept, exact same thing. So this is where this goes. So now you know. So far our bacon is frying. The bacon will come out nice and crunchy, really crispy. So we're going to take the rest of our bacon while we have room on our grill, and we're going to do this. Now normally what I can do is take this little bit of bacon that's left, okay, I can chop it up extremely, extremely fine, and fry it up on the griddle, which I will show you, to mix with your hash browns. So, today, like I said, we are going to be talking about, we're going to be doing this segment on people not being able to eat or swallow correctly. So, we're not going to do that because we want our hash browns today to be awful small. I do promise we will do that though on another segment. You can do that all on a griddle. You can do exactly what I said on a griddle. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, so after that, in our bowl, we're going to take 2 eggs, whatever size you want, don't care, totally your call. Okay, and I'm going to teach you how to do the French toast. I am not making pancakes today, so sorry everybody. Scramble up our eggs real well. We are going to move our meat board and our bacon. Wash your hands during everything. Extremely important. I can't lie. The Dawn Performance Soap, really, really good. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 pieces of raisin toast bread. Yeah, I got hooked on it. What can I say? Now, gluten-free products is good for when people can't have gluten, which bread is made out of. So you want to be able to help them with that as much as possible. A lot of people have a lot of problems that they cannot eat, dairy or anything to that effect. So we want to be a little bit kind and cater to them a little bit. Now, as you can see, the bacon is coming out nice and crunchy. So I'm going to move this a little bit over. Okay. I'm going to move the bacon to this side here. The one that's not totally ready yet, do not do that. So we're going to move it over a little, just like that, and we're going to slide it over there, just like that. Excuse me. Now, the griddle will fly everywhere, so you want to be careful when you do that. And wipe it gently, just like that. Okay, that way you can avoid some of the grease. And I'm going to show you how to use, yes, my Halloween towel, my kitchen towel, hand towel. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to eliminate the grease off the griddle in 1 second. Okay? So now we've cut our toast to make it the way we want. Okay? Excuse me a second. Okay, so now we're back, and we got our plate with the egg and the nest in it. I'm going to slide that over. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take our bacon, you can use a paper bag to dry the grease out of the bacon. If you want, it's okay to do that, but you just want to do it that way. Okay, flip it over so it can be nice and crunchy. Now, there's extra grease on my griddle, so I'm going to take my spatula and I'm just going to put it in the little grease trap so that I don't have this much grease. See how I'm doing that? Gently, slowly, so the grease doesn't jump or burn you. This is an easy way to clean this. This is a really good way to clean it. So that way you don't have that much grease, like I said, or that much to burn on it. Okay, so now, while our bacon is cooking, okay, and we have our French toast getting ready, and we're going to make scrambled eggs. Or we can do fried. We'll do one of each. Just so you guys can have an opportunity to see how it's done. And like I said, I enjoy playing in my kitchen and playing with all my cooking toys. So that's how I look at it. Okay. I like simply hash browns. You can do these yourself. Actually, you can even do potato mash. Potato pancakes on a griddle if you want. It's totally up to you. I do not recommend doing what I just did tonight. You cannot do that, honestly. It's not a really good idea. So, we are going to take this piece of bacon off. That's right. Actually, all our bacon is ready. So we're going to take it off except for that one little piece right there. Okay, just like that. And we are going to drain it as much as we can. Bacon does have a lot of grease in it, but the beauty of it, it has a lot of flavor. So, if you have a problem with a lot of salt, I recommend bacon because it has already enough salt in it. You can get the low sodium bacon, you can get all of that, depending on what you really want. Now, there's our hash browns. We're going to pat them down. Just like that. Perfect. Now we're going to take some salt. A little bit. Add enough flavor. Got to have some flavor to our food. You know that. A little salt. A little pepper. A little parsley. Gotta make things look pretty. Plus it doesn't taste too bad. So, after that, while that's cooking, like I said, some French toast here. You can put some cinnamon in it, but I'm using cinnamon raisin bread. So we already have cinnamon in that, just so you know. Okay? And we're going to put it on the griddle, just like that. Always make sure your griddle's nice and clean. Okay, that is done. Okay, so we are going to move this out of our way. Come on, this move it here. I'm going to take the knife and put it in my sink and move those so that we have room to work with. So, now that all this is cooking, we're going to take our hash browns. See how they're nicely fried up? Flip them over. See how they're getting the brown color we want? They're also going to have the flavor from the bacon, which we wanted as well. And we want to flip them over. Like I said, depending on what you want, how you want to cook it, please experiment in the kitchen. Have fun in your kitchen. Buy different types of meat. Today I did not have, and I truly am sorry, I did not have sausages to put on this. You can use frozen sausages, you can use fresh sausages, you could use whatever you want on a griddle. I like it. You can cook hamburgers, you can make steaks, you could do whatever you need. I promise within all this week of these next couple of segments, I'm going to show you how to use different tools in your kitchen. If you cannot, if you're in a small apartment or a studio apartment and the stove's not what you want, I have an air cooker. I'm going to show you how to use this air cooker. I'm also going to teach you how to use a slow cooker. I love slow cookers. All you moms out there, slow cookers, even the busy dads, single dads and single moms. Slow cooker is one of the best things I think was invented. Because we all work a lot, we all do things, so it's not like we could personally say, okay, we're coming home and we're going to sit there and make dinner. Some of us cannot do that. In a slow cooker, you could put your food in it and let it go. And come back home and dinner's almost ready for you and the kids. Especially with the craziest schedules we always have. So that's what we're going to be doing within these next couple of weeks. Within this next week of all these segments. So I hope you are ready to enjoy. Getting back to our breakfast, I hope you don't mind. Okay, so we're going to do that. French toast is almost done. Be back in a second.